Great line out. Supposed to go to Delalio and bounces free for Betson. It really put the English at risk. They were skinny out wide.
A real insight, I think, with that last penalty, just how much is at stake here. But it does need composure from the skipper. And Michalak now, a better strike. But he's pushed it out to the right. So the normally reliable sharpshooter, Frederick Michalak, has missed 2. Charged down by Marsh. Ibanez to Betson. Towed ahead there by Johnson. And Arinodaki, 10-metre line, England territory. Michalak guiding it across the pitch. Here comes Rougerie, out on the full.
Well, right option, didn't hit it too far out on the full, but Rougerie and Brusque was coming through, putting the ball in behind Ben Cohen. Ben Cohen was defending fairly tight, and there was room and space.
That's the kick, Buddha, that he did last week against Ireland, and it bounced up on the point for Arinodaki. This is Mike Katz. 2 men waiting for him, including Betson.
Getting good support, but they've got to get continuity. Just frivolous running and passing, and you can see from Wilkinson. It was a shocker. He threw it like a cardboard box.
Well, the ball will be like a cake of soap out there at the moment, and Wilkinson is trying to create something. He's waiting for hole runners. He's waiting for runners to come off him and running into holes, but they're not working at the moment.
So some early concerns for this England team, who've conceded penalties and just been a little scatty under pressure. But the slippery ball, the drizzle and the damp field causing problems for handling on both sides. Phil Vickery in the headgear on this side. Galtier coming through to really harass his opposites. Lucy. Cat got it away to Robinson. Referee says it was a bit of a trip there. He flung out his knee. Dominici's doing a tiptoe on one leg, but it's going to be a penalty.
Well, it looked like it was accidental, but Jason Robinson has had a book out called Finding My Feet.
Paddy's gone to the pocket, Tim.
Yeah.
Well, 10 yellow cards he's given in all Rugby World Cups. 4 so far this one. And we saw Betson, and you can't drag a lazy leg.
Well, I take it back. Was not accidental. Clive Woodward.
Clive saying send him off.
No doubt in Clive's mind, and it hurt. When you drag the leg like that, it's fully extended.
Dominici now to face the music from Paddy O'Brien.
Then bang, no.
He'll hobble into the sin bin. 10-minute absence for the winger. And Tim Horan, I hope you've got your umbrella down there.
Well, it's absolutely pouring now, and you know, with the scores so close, this comes into both kickers. Wilkinson, big decision from Johnny Wilkinson here, whether he goes for touch or goes for goal. And he's taken the option to go for goal, and there you see poor old Jason Robinson.
France ahead by 4, but the kick to come. So Johnny Wilkinson, 6 metres in from this touchline. It's a monster kick in these conditions. You would say the England supporters here are outnumbering the French by about 750 to 1.
Snowflakes look like they've fallen here along with this rain. The white and red of England everywhere.
Can he produce some manna from heaven here? Distance is not there. Brusque for the far touchline. Quick line out from back. Here's Lucy. Enterprise from England as the heavy rain continues. Even the visibility poor now. 10-metre line, French territory. Delalio. Flung back in the tackle by Palouse. That's Richard Hill. Back to where they started. Dawson to Katz. Kneel back and put a foot on the touchline. Good covering tackle there by Tony Marsh.
Delalio's going to have to look at his game. He's going to have to generate more forward power. Needs to get the ball in front of his forward pack. And again, Ben Kay gets sent back by the referee.
Arenodaki again. That's his third line out win. Galtier. Left foot kick is well weighted again. Cohen took his eye off the ball. He had a look at the French players coming through, but it went backwards. That was the referee's ruling. And Nicolas Brusque happy to play it down in opposition territory in these slippery conditions. Wilkinson now can take it over halfway. And he's done it, but it was a lucky dip bonus.
Well, Johnny Wilkinson, he didn't hit it that well, but he got the result that he wanted. He had plenty of time to size the option up. And Arenodaki looked like he got a foot to it, but he didn't, and it's still the French throw to the line out.
Poor kick, lazy option in defence. The result is France are deep in their own territory.
Arenodaki again. Ibanez at the back, and the French are going to try and spear ahead here. Galtier from inside his 22. Robertson underneath. 10-metre line, England territory. Lucy. Straight to Michalak. Rougerie here. Michalak wanting to bounce it inside the touchline, and Wilkinson. Better angle for Mike Catt with the prodigious boot. That's a very good net result for the men in white.
Oh, great kick, Mike Catt. And it's important tonight that he takes responsibility with Johnny Wilkinson. Wilkinson going back and Catt, both very big kickers of the ball, and just inside his 22. And the ball bounces out.
He's been put in as a nanny and doing a very good job of it for Johnny Wilkinson.
Brusque again. And he's kicked that one well and truly into the England supporters.
Great variety in the French line-out, using a number of players, whereas England is just using their two main jumpers in Kay and also Martin Johnson. Let's see if they vary it here. They went to Delalio once, he couldn't pull it in.
Well, with Dominici off the field, Olivier Magnier playing on the left wing.
Thrown slightly on England's side, but referee letting that one go.
So France will be one short in the scrum. Dominici off the field, Magnier on the left wing. Wonder how many times he's played out there.
Break. Both heads, wait for me.
5 minutes still to go for Dominici in the sin bin. He was injured when he incurred the penalty. So we'll just keep an eye on him through Tim Horan.
Binding, touch judge. Prep and hold. Game.
Very ferocious engagement that time. Galtier to Delalio. A Cumberland throw. Wilkinson. They're pouring through. Catt's there first. Brusque. It went back. And that man's offside. It wasn't a knock on. He lost it backwards. Then the ball bounced forward to a man who was in front of Brusque, Josiol, and this kick out in front.
He had to take that ball. The advantage was being played back from a previous infringement by not taking it. He's left it wide open for Wilkinson in front.
Wilkinson to line up at 7-3 to France.
Well, this is a better position for Johnny Wilkinson, right in front of the post.
No kick easy in these treacherous conditions. "30 metres out in front of the posts." The maestro closes the gap to just 1 point. France with their noses in front.
It's taken a lot of time to get those extra points, England. Michalak missing with a couple, and they've really told.
Delalio really wanting to get into the game. Matt Dawson and Mike Catt again. Well, he was the man who was Lomud in the semi-final Rugby World Cup 1995 when he became Jonah's doormat.
Well, in these conditions, it's all about good field position. So far, the superior kicking game's been pretty balanced.
Good defensive line out there from England, and it was good work by Martin Johnson.
They pressured the French to go to the front to secure ball, but the firmness of the throw and the torpedo throw meant that Toulouse just couldn't hold on to it. He's like a greasy pig at the moment, the ball.
Free kick here to France. It was an incorrect feed.
Oh,
shoulder there from Wilkinson on Aranordaki. No use of the arms. Josion! He's as big as a number 8. England have to roll away. Low pass. Marsh and Rougerie. Cohen, I think, got his hand on it first. Back to the 22.
Clever play. Tony Marsh keeping the ball in front. Difficult conditions. Ben Cohen had to turn.
It was a photo finish. Good call by the referee, though, here, Buddha.
It was a great call. Touch judge knew that it was still playable. He was stationary on this side. Rougerie looks up and gets no hearing.
Lost backwards by the French. Aranordaki again got a hand on it. We've called his name a lot tonight. He's been very busy and very constructive. But the less said about that kick, the better. Back was there, so was Dawson, and now Wilkinson. Excellent pass to the ever-supporting Richard Hill. Now Cohen. Tony Marsh, the tackler. They're over halfway. England on a roll here. This is Rougerie. No touch. Lucy from fullback. Setting it up again. 38 metres out. They continue to work the short side as Neil Back was lurking out there.
Still they can't put it together. And this weather really affecting decision-making, players slipping as they change direction, and they can't get the continuity sufficient to mount an attack.
Well, it wasn't the right option there by Matt Dawson. They've played the short side a couple of times. Needed to go open.
Rougerie with a shoulder problem here. Remember, Dominici is still off the pitch, and he may not be returning depending on that leg injury he incurred. It looks as though he's got a heavy ice pack on the right knee. It's still England trailing 7-6.
Oh, Josh Lucy just slipping there, counter-attacking. England know they have to control the ball.
Ibanez just outside the French 22. And Aranordaki there was interfered with whilst he was in the air.
Lost on the line out by White in 15 blue.
Well, there were players all over Aaron Ordeke there. The referee spotting a knock on. Martin Johnson is a pass master in that line-out area. And number 22, Tatranol